Ah, ja, schön.
Dann hast du schon? Ja, okay. Hi, Isaac.
Ja, hey, schön.
Hi. Um, yeah, there's a thing which is very actual. We had a friend visiting us overnight, and he just left. And it was an old friend of mine, and we really had a beautiful time. And then we hit a topic, a political topic, where I felt I didn't only feel, but it was like there was an opinion, and I felt it doesn't make sense to go there further because there will be, yeah, will be difficult to even talk, and that left a certain frustration in me because we talked about all kinds of things, and it's all very well-meaning and very yeah, maybe you understand what I mean. It's
Of course I do.
yeah, it's a funny thing then to be left in a way speechless at some point, and when we all know it from this Corona topic, and uh, it's a funny thing because I mean, on a certain level, I think it would be beautiful to find a way yeah, to meet in this. And my feeling is even if there's a great willingness, it's not easy to explain or to even know where my own thinking comes from, or where I like it's you see things and you hear things, and somehow you figure out how things might be. Like it's all relative, of course. It's yeah, and still there's a yeah. I just thought I share this feeling of
So,
speech.
so, so all you know is that there's something's touched in you that about not being able to mentally come together.
Mm.
Yeah. Because agreement literally means mentally coming together. That's what the word means. And I understand that it can touch something, and that's all. That I mean, we know. I think we've all experienced it at least a few million times. And it's just interesting to see. Okay, something in us that touches something, yeah. Then then the solution is a wish, or like something, something related to that. But all we know is that when there's not a mental coming together, something gets touched.
Mm.
It doesn't mean anything about us. It's just that's all we know. The discomfort arises, and of course, some energy to try and deal with that discomfort.
Mm.
If I have to speak it simply.
Yeah, maybe there's a wish to kind of
Yeah, the wish is related to the discomfort.
yeah.
It's to try and get rid of the discomfort.
Mm.
It just adds to the discomfort, actually.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, it's a funny thing. Like if you're like you have a beautiful time and then you hit some point and then it's
Something, yeah,
oh
yeah, yeah,
it's like a bit shocking in a way that there's no basis to
yeah, yeah.
and that yeah, yeah.
But there's that discomfort or whatever we want to call it, and it's here. So we don't need to understand it. We don't need to do anything with it. It's just here. It came by itself. It'll surely leave by itself. You know, we can gently be present with it, or we can just bring our attention back to awareness and not bother with it at all.
Yeah, I mean, Andrea said to me, yeah, maybe don't you think that sometimes when you talk to people that you have, as she talked to me, that I have a certain energy that makes people uncomfortable as well.
Can be
So,
easily.
yeah.
Yeah. Anytime we have a strong viewpoint about anything, for sure. Even though, usually because it's like something in us really can't believe that someone doesn't see it the same way. It's like,
Yeah. And oh wow. Hard to believe, yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, almost impossible to
yeah,
talk about because like when I thought the only thing would be to be very quiet and very have a very open space to really talk about what led me to this certain impression.
yeah. But all of that is just trying to get away from the discomfort, actually.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's for me at least, it's usually topics that really bother me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like there's some hot topics. It's in the end, it's just like, what's our primary interest? Our primary interest is being at peace. Yeah, being peace, just like that. It's like, what's that joke? I forget it right now.
Yeah. What I discover in myself, oh yeah, I just speak like that. There's a tendency to withdraw a bit from this
That'll
how
be, that'll be a compensation for sure. It's just like, there's this urge to have agreement is a strong one. It's like, again, who knows where the hell that comes from? It's like, I guess, but it's a strong one. And in an intimate relationship, if there's a real big difference of opinion, sometimes that can be a breaking point. It's like, wow, that's we really disagree about something like that, then it's like, okay, what are we doing together? It's like, so it's strong. It's not, it's not, it has energy behind it, that whole mechanism. So it's just watching how our systems function, just seeing it. It functions the same in you as it does is in everybody. And it's just like the discomfort arises, then the compensations and how to solve it and all that stuff. But to me, it seems there's two possibilities. Like I said, we either gently present with the discomfort and watch the mechanisms as they play, or we just get rest, bring our attention back to awareness and leave it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Shapiro. Or the third alternative is we our minds get busy, we lose our feet. Oh, yeah.
Isaac.
What can we disagree about?
Yeah. Yes, I have one point, but only in the mind.
You know, it's interesting just to define the word belief, because the word belief is, you know, it's an assumption, which is something that we isn't true, but we think it's true, that's held to be true with a strong emotional conviction that we're willing to kill or die for. That's a belief, yeah? We'll kill for it or we'll die for it. So it's strong energy, yeah?
There is a point, and this is about death and dying, leave the body, or however you call it. And you say often you know that we don't get loose like this. You understand? You can find yourself in these words?
It's, you know, like this in the recognition that our nature is awareness, which doesn't go anywhere, then, you know, death is relating to the identification with the body, with that process. So if there's an identification with that, for sure there'll be a whole bunch of stuff that plays. No doubt. Once you recognize actually that your nature is that which is aware, which doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end. You can't even find what it is or where it is, other than it's here and everything is appearing in it.
So here seems like you have found something that I didn't find.
Mm.
When you
So,
speak
yeah.
like this.
Yeah, so this I that could find or didn't find
Doesn't exist.
doesn't actually exist, exactly.
And so it couldn't.
So from the perspective of I, you know, this is the thing. It's like, in a way, you know, that's been the habit, is like referencing the sense of I always as, oh, that's who I am, that sense of I. But it's clear to me that there's a knowing. That's not who you are. That appears and disappears, and it's, yeah. Kind of like a reference point or a habit or whatever you want to call it. It's,
I won't say my viewpoint.
yeah, because it's so interesting. Every night when we go to sleep, that sense of I disappears, and we don't even think about it.
Yes, and we couldn't say anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so this is my point. We couldn't say anything about death. When what is behind, we don't know. We could have a few, but we couldn't say that's this.
Yeah.
And when I
Yes.
go to this point that I couldn't say anything,
Mhm.
there is like a hole in the body, in the stomach, and like einsaugen. I don't know like something is going away and push me back. And sometimes I go with this, but it's really like fear.
So it's related to a thought that you don't know what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's related to that thought.
Yeah.
It's not about. It's not about.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this what you say is for me a thought and not that what I know. So maybe it's for this system to explore, interesting to speak it out how it is here, and knowing it's a thought. Every word is a thought.
Yeah.
It's not.
Exactly.
Nice to see you again and again. Thank you.
Lydia.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Lydia.
I was wondering if we could maybe sit in awareness together.
Absolutely.
Great, thank you.
There's a subtlety in that's worth just playing with. The difference between sitting as awareness and sitting in awareness.
Mm. Yeah, I can kind of grasp that there's a difference, but I get confused about, in a way, what it actually is.
Yeah. It's okay.
But I think I was kind of sitting in awareness because I think I noticed, in a way, something kind of on the outside, maybe, in a way, having awareness with me, maybe a little bit, something like that.
You see, so my question would be, what is it that measures whether we're sitting in awareness or as awareness? Like sitting in awareness, there's got to be a measuring of that. So something would have to be measuring that.
Yeah, if we're sitting in awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my mind was definitely kind of coming in with dropping in and out, like of kind of checking for that.
Yeah, that's the checker then. So in other words, our mind is telling us, or it's, you know, like we say our mind, but what is it? It's like some activity is going on. We call it mind, but it's checking. Okay, is this, am I as awareness here? But then if I ask you, is there awareness here right this moment?
Yes.
Yes, you can't, that is not impossible to, you can't say no, there isn't.
Mm-hmm.
There is awareness here.
Yeah.
But what is it and where is it and whose is it? But certainly those questions don't make any sense. Yeah, there's just awareness here. Doesn't belong to anybody. Doesn't belong to I. It just is.
Yeah, and the I is always trying to claim it or something.
Yeah, there's no, yeah, exactly. There's no doing to it. There's no effort to it. It's just here. Movements that happen, any movements that happen are noticed. They appear. You see, you know, they're all, you're aware of it. So if there's any mind checking or anything, oh yeah, it's checking, but there's still awareness here. It's not, awareness never went anyway.
Yeah. Is there also something else? Because just before I raised my hand, I was just looking at, just how do I say it? I was attempting sitting as awareness or being awareness.
Yeah. So in that there's some effort, you can feel it.
Yeah, and what I noticed was that what happened was that it was similar to what's happening now, except that there was this kind of presence also, like not here, but alongside, even up there, the awareness that I could notice over there. There was some kind of a presence with it.
Yeah, so that presence, that awareness, whatever you want to call it, is here. That's not a doing, just simply is. There's nobody that's doing that. If I ask the question, what do you have to do for this awareness to be here?
Yeah, nothing, I think.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's not a doing at all. There's no effort.
And then there's like this I that has all these questions and ideas
And ultimately, what that I then is doubt.
Yeah, there's definitely doubt there.
Yeah. And there's awareness of that doubt. But that doubt is trying to make sure that we don't get fooled, yeah?
Yeah.
That we're on the right track. But
yeah, it means well,
then if you look, can doubt help us?
It's trying.
It cannot. Yeah, it's trying. And it's sweet, but it can't help us, yeah.
No, because it's somehow narrow and in some kind of a dark place or something.
Exactly. It's trying to help it just can't, that's all.
I noticed this brings out this kind of playfulness in me. I just kind of want to go and play now.
Cool. Yes, and rightly so, go play, you know, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm actually already I'm driving down to Oroville and it's like a lot of fun.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Well, thanks for the. Yeah, cool. No, best words can only point to that which is beyond words. The words themselves. Yeah. Oh, Judith. Hey, Judith.
Hello. This no effort thing was,
Yeah.
oh, even here.
Yes.
I would like to play with this no effort thing because I'm, yeah, quite used to efforting. Yeah.
Yeah. To be here, just to rest here, what effort is necessary? Yeah. You know, if we look at it, we cannot get to here. We are here. And our orientation, you know, for most of our lifetime has been doing, not being. So it's a habit, when, okay, you say, you give an invitation, okay, just stop for a second, just be. And then someone who's very used to doing will say, well, how do I do that?
Yeah, or
So,
when you're talking, I realized just be here. Then I have these ideas like, no, it has to be different. This here is not good enough. Or that's
yeah.
underlying, I think. Right? Yeah. Yeah. And it's also, I was kind of doing this no effort thing, and then it feels like falling asleep. Also, yeah. And then, oh no, that's, then there comes this idea, it's wrong. Yeah.
If it's possible to speak about a millisecond where there's just no doing whatsoever, because it happens, you're having those milliseconds.
Yeah.
Speak about that millisecond.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened when we were silent. It was
Yeah,
all those things fall away.
exactly.
It is different. It is,
Mm.
and also very familiar. Also,
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So then, then what we can see is we're just dealing with a habit that's so familiar that often we don't even notice it because we're so used to it.
yeah, yeah,
Somehow these days I've gotten into exercising, and it's like, it's like this thing of, okay, I'm going to do so many repetitions, so I'm counting and like that. And it's just watching how even that just puts me, or puts, the focus looking through a lens or a filter of time.
yeah. And a goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so subtle and so usual, and yeah.
Mm.
And now again, it's dropping into nothing. Just so simple, easy.
Yeah.
And the beauty is in that dropping, you could say there is no one that drops, that someone has gone then in that moment. It just doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really pleasant also.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will, play on with this. Yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful, just exploring it
Yeah.
gently.
Yeah. And it's what you mentioned, talk about the moments that it's dropping. And
Mm,
it's also where you put your attention. It's much
Yeah.
more nice to talk about the, yeah,
mm, Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like this, this dropping.
mm,
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Thank you.
yeah.
Hello, Isaac. Just want some moments. Mm. Mm. There's so much severe illnesses coming up in my family now. With my sister also now and my brother-in-law, and it follows me like a shadow, and it's always the theme. What can I do? I have to do something. How can I help them? This kind of, and I know it's not. Yeah, I only can help if I'm in my heart and they are in my heart. I think this is
Yeah, so just noticing that thought
Hmm.
and that feeling of wanting to be of assistance. And then in a way, it's it's kind of like a clumsy expression of love. It's not wrong, it's not bad. It's love, but it's kind of confused. That's all it is. It's just the resting and simply being
Hmm.
is ultimately the most profound invitation that you can be. And we know, it's like that's what Buddha saw all those thousands of years ago. Disease, old age, and death. That's what's coming for all of us. And of course, someone close to us.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
It can, like that one, like you say, wanting to help.
Hmm.
And actually, most of the time, just to be able to hold hands and yes, I see you. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's okay.
Yeah, this is very good.
We don't have to offer any wise words. We don't have
This is
to.
Hmm. Hmm.
Our culture kind of pushes all that stuff away. We don't like to have to deal with it.
Hmm.
Other cultures are much more familiar with
Yeah.
it and present to it.
Hmm. Thank you, Isaac.
So, shalom.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi. Mm.
Here shows up in the system right now, and especially the last days, more and more resistance and aggression, and it's there is trying to tame it or not to protect it outside, but it's really a hard ride.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it just means that your system is touching some old, I'd say existential information. Not up to you.
Yeah.
In a certain way, it's healthy that it's touching it. Not comfortable for sure. But to take it personally that you're angry or that, it has anything to do with you, I'm not sure that that's so wise, it's just like, sure, it must happen, that whatever, has been overlooked or not, has been suppressed in some way or not.
Mm.
Yeah, it has to come into consciousness. So once you realize it's just touching old information you never asked for, you have no idea where it comes from, how many generations back. And so you notice aggression coming up. Just to see, just really question. If it was up to you, it wouldn't be there.
No.
So you can see it's coming by itself. And then that habit to take it personally and to work on it or try not to be, that's all doesn't bring anything.
Mm-mm.
Only
Confusion.
yeah. And especially we haven't, aggression in our culture hasn't been so welcome.
No, and I notice I have no clue how to be with it, or it sometimes it feels like no.
You don't have to be with it.
Okay.
Just to recognize, yeah.
Thank
it's
you.
like, yeah, you don't have to do anything with it. It's coming by itself.
Yeah.
And in the recognition, it's just touching old existential information.
Mm.
And it expresses like that, fight, flight, or freeze.
Yeah.
And no choice about it at all.
Mm.
In the seeing that it doesn't mean anything about who you are. And that really and truly there's nobody that needs to do anything about it. What happens? It's just a movement. Yeah?
Yeah, there's a fine line of resistance to that, or it's unbelievable that it's really possible, but it's like a deep relaxation happening then.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. And it's even funny.
Yeah, it is. It's funny.
You know, like a little child that's really
Yeah.
yeah, throwing themselves on the floor and wow, just oh, sweetheart.
Mm.
Mm.
when there's nothing that measures anything by it, you know, then it liberates, it self-liberates. It's not a...
Yeah, it's such a habit to measure
Yeah.
awareness by experience.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is noticed.
Yeah. This moment for sure.
Yes. Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, thank you. Ah, Shanti.
Hello, Isaac. I'm feeling very peaceful today. It was quite an effort to raise my hand. So I'd just like to sit with you and as awareness. I was just thinking about how that one preposition as or in awareness was it's such a different experience. It feels like in awareness is separate from awareness. Like I'm sitting in this room.
Yeah, there's a me and there's awareness rather than as awareness is just this awareness.
Yeah. It's just there's no separation there.
Yeah. You know, the eyes are such our most powerful sense. And our habit with our eyes has been to focus on something rather than just letting our eyes be holes that the light come in. So playing with that, just you resting here and the eyes can just, the light of this moment just can come in as it does. And you don't have to have that sharp focus, that produces subject, object, or whatever. It's just playing. Yeah.
So just blur out.
In a way, it's just like it's just recognizing, because that's actually how babies are when they're born. Their eyes are just holes, and that's actually like a lot of animals. When you look at them, the light just goes in, and then
like a deep hole.
Yeah.
Of nothingness. Yeah. Like Osho's eyes.
To similar pathways, like we don't really know what's going on. And that sharp focus with the eyes is like a habit, you could say, to try and know what's going on.
Yeah.
And so it's in the same vein, that recognition that the experience of this moment is here. It's a fragment of the totality of all the information that's here, because the domain that human experience happens in, and we just don't have a clue. And that willingness to not know, it's like it's relaxing. It's just, or it can be a freak out. Because it's like, you know, trying to know us in the direction of trying to control in some way.
Yeah.
We can't, you know.
Yeah. Usually I close my eyes, so it's a different experience. Yeah, when they're open, you feel like you need to focus on something, or suddenly I'm looking at the picture behind you of all the figures and just let it go. Thank you.
Thank you. Tony. Oh,
Hi, Isaac.
yeah.
Yes.
hi, Timmy. Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, your picture keeps jumping around now. Have it.
Oh,
Oh, there it is again. I see it. Cool. Hey.
okay.
Oh, now I've got the wrong
Cool.
one.
Oh,
Give me
so
a
I
second.
keep talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep talking. I see you again there. And got it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just feeling so uncomfortable. And it seems to be increasing since
Okay.
I've been in the field.
The tendency when there's discomfort is to somehow, use the tool of thinking to try and solve it. So we don't really know what's happening. All we know is that there's discomfort, which usually means there's some kind of resistance. And so, the easiest, I can't say the easiest, the quickest is just to recognize that there's awareness of it.
Mm.
And that whatever's coming will certainly go. It's not, it's basically, it's ephemeral. It'll pass. That awareness is here now. Whatever it is that's coming up doesn't mean anything about who you are. It's just don't have to do anything about it, don't have to know what it is. In the resting, wherever there's been resistance or suppression will start to come into awareness. And it can be from generations back. We just don't know. It's just like, so the tendency so much is to get involved with it and wanting to fix it and change it and get rid of it and all that stuff. But if it's possible, which is not always easy because it can have quite a pull, it's just to recognize that there is awareness. And that whatever it is will pass. Nothing you have to do anything about it. And it doesn't mean anything about you or awareness.
Yeah, I can notice like stories attaching and then I can just let them go and keep noticing.
Exactly.
And it seems with more noticing it seems like there's more of it. In terms of like intense experiences in my stomach and sensations, it seems like the more I'm staying with it.
Yeah. So that you see, that's what I mean. That like the attention is going to it rather than returning to awareness. And nothing right with it and nothing wrong with it. Because it's uncomfortable, the attention does tend to want to go there.
Uh-huh.
So that's that's the way the nervous system is built. It's like when something's uncomfortable, our attention goes there to see if there's something we need to take care of. Like if you're standing on an ant nest or something, it's good to notice. I could get off that damn thing. But in this case, all we're doing is we're touching some information. We don't have to be busy with it, although the tendency is to want to be. But in it, being busy with it, it just feeds it. It just actually makes it stronger. But you are, that's why I'm saying it's like it's there's such a momentum to get involved.
Mm. Hmm. So to notice it, but to leave it alone, it also then ends up possibly not noticing it.
Well, it's just like, the example might be if you went for a hike and you were abseiling or something like that, and you were using this rope, and you got home and you were exhausted, you just threw the rope in the corner of the room, and you wake up at night and you suddenly see this rope in the corner of the room, which isn't normally there. Oops, the mosquito flying. And suddenly you go, oh, it's a big snake, and especially in Australia, wow, it's a big snake, and something gets a huge fright, and you flip the light on, you see it's a rope. Once you've seen that it's a rope, do you have to then work on your fear of snakes? There is no snake.
Mm.
So there's just an uncomfortable feeling to which stories want to attach. So we flip the light on, okay, it's just an uncomfortable sensation. That's all it is. That will pass. Came by itself. We don't need to know what it's about. We don't need any effort to know what it is, to work on it, to play with it. Just gives it energy. The momentum is to do that for sure. That's the habit. Just as I'm speaking, what are you noticing?
I'm like burning now,
Yeah, now there's a burning.
really hot,
Yeah,
like a fire.
yeah. That fire will burn everything. You don't have to do anything. That fire does it all. And the question, who are you in the midst of this fire?
Mm. Just noticing it, noticing everything that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just noticed it went personal again, and I just noticing it,
Exactly.
a me and a sister and a mother, and then it just went, oh, we're not interested in that, and it just went again.
Fantastic.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. There is a sadness, and yeah, like when Samyo was talking, like I've got, yeah, again, nothing to do, but maybe
So
that's
question,
going there again.
Yeah.
Well,
Is this sadness personal?
Yeah, it's related to the person
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
completely.
And
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with awareness. It's just like this movement. where some identification with it happens. Yeah. Okay, that's happened millions of times. But actually, there's something that's aware of it.
Yeah. I just watch my person not knowing what they're doing, going here, going there, no idea, just seems like she's doing the best she can, but she just, tries this and then that and then moves in and then moves away. And yeah. I'm dancing at the moment. My sister's here with my mother, and I'll go and want to be with them and love them, and then it doesn't work, and then I'll leave, and then, this is sort of what's going on. And it feels sad in that it'd be lovely to stay, and then it doesn't work and it goes again,
Like, so that again is a thought that it should be different. That's all. I would say that another way of looking at it is something in you has learned to take care of itself and knows how to go away when it's too much for it. Which to me is a beautiful maturing. It's
yeah.
So I think that learning is far more important than the idea that you should need to stay. It's like, wow, something is giving itself permission to just move away when it needs to. That's pretty far out. Yeah.
Yeah. I did it this morning, and I kiss them. I tell them I love them. And then I say I'm going, and Mum's like, where are you going? And when are you coming back? And, like this. And I say I'm going home to my home, and I don't know when I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, rather than
identified.
Rather than staying somewhere because of wanting to be nice or wanting to be pro-social or wanting to be, like all that stuff. Rather than honoring, wow, somebody wants to move away, and it's welcome. How beautiful. No reason, no apology, nothing. Just
it doesn't. It seems not easy for the person. Like very uncomfortable.
That's not the conditioning. The conditioning
No.
is
Yeah. Oh, actually feels just having talked about that.
There's awareness. It's not going anywhere.
My good friend. Or not even that, hey? Wait.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for the company.
Yeah, thank you.
Good company. Thank you.
Mustafa.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Mustafa.
Just to be few moments with the invitation. It's very warm transmission. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice.
Hi, good evening.
Bye, Hans.
Feels actually like there's a constant birth going on. Yeah, it feels like a constant birth, which is not so fixed. And yeah, I could see that my attention was going to objects and to relations and identifying with it, but it was just a kind of a movement, which is really a habit of attention. I understood it now.
Mm.
And it was recognized, it was not judged, it was just, yeah, I saw it. And it's okay, it is a tendency to look outside or so, and but to recognize it. First, I was thinking I had to, I should look where it's coming from, but that's not the case. I should just recognize what it was doing. There's like an enormous falling into, yeah. It's nice because it's a kind of receiving without knowing, needing to know what it is. It's already known by something.
Mhm.
The difference between kind of, yeah, other intelligence or so. I don't need to understand it. It's just, yeah. Mm. Well, nice not to do anything to love. Mm. There's no finish.
Really?
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea, for hosting. Thanks, beloveds, for being here. Love, peace, beauty.